Hey, hello crowd. It's me again. It's me, Eldus, and welcome to my show, daily talk show. Um, it's Friday. It's the last day. It's the last working day on Eldus TV, and this weekend is happening. It's basically happening right now, but I'm still at work. I'm a workaholic, and I'm going to continue the tradition of uh, random talks on Friday. Actually, last Friday I made I wouldn't say a mistake. I just had to talk about something really serious about the shooting situation in the neighborhood. And I actually, later on, I was thinking, and I understood that I actually mixed up the facts, like few facts. I didn't know what time it happened, and all that confusion of the gun being found in in the in the state where I used to live. That's madness. So, anyways, let's get back to the normal stuff, and let's not talk about let's not stay in the negative field. Fuck, fuck, fuck negativity. Okay, paper drop. Let's get one topic, one subject, and it is, the winner is finance. Why would I get the most difficult topic of them all on such a beautiful Friday evening? Yeah. When I was studying business management, finance subject was the last one and the most difficult one. And the problem was that we all lack basic understanding about finance and taxes and financial management. It's basically not that difficult, but let's say you would meet a person, like a time time travel situation. Somehow you meet the person from I don't know, like 16th century, or I don't know, from Middle Ages, and you would try to explain to the person about the something really basic. What's basic? About the fact that the sun is is actually spinning around Earth, and Earth is flat. No, it's the opposite. I guess middle-aged people would understand that, but there are some similarities. In this example. I mixed it up intentionally because I'm in a good mood today. The basic problem with the finance is most people do not understand what it's all about. When we're let's say when we're having having some kind of situations in our lives regularly, we tend to understand that stuff much better. For example, if parents are active and they are into sports, they are hiking, walking, running, jogging, and all the things, trying new different things. So the kid will be more or less the same. It will be used to the stuff, to the new challenges, to the action, and the muscles and the brain will be working towards that. But the finance, we have the problem that only a small percentage of people actually understand what it's all about. We all understand the money, the cash part about that, but it's much deeper and much more. I know, like, there are different types of money, like credit and cash and debt and taxes, and there are so many different states, different laws, and it just confusing just because there is a lot of information. But if you would be in the financial management since young days, like if your parents would be would do some financial administration, and you would help them from the age of 5, you wouldn't have any problems with that. The math is one thing, but the thinking behind that is has some specifics, and it's some practices you can calculate your profits, margins, and sales and overheads and all that stuff, if you are used to that. It's simple. Like, for example, another good example is I remember in school when I was I don't know, like in 10th grade or something, maybe ninth. I don't really remember, but we had a very good school, probably the best school in Lithuania, and the gymnasium, that was challenging, tough experience, tough school, like really high class gymnasium, and we had the introduction to marketing. I think I don't really remember what was the semester subject called, but it was probably something like marketing, introduction to marketing or something like that, and the basic concepts of marketing, and it was so difficult to wrap your head around the concept about the fact that marketing is just some kind of approach where all the business activities are balanced and aligned with the goal to meet customer needs. Like, for example, in the industrial age, we had this kind of approach. You make as much as possible, as cheap as possible, and you sell. You will always find the distribution chains, and you will be okay. But when the competition grew up, we like people, our civilization were making more and more stuff. we just had to invent marketing. You know, basic finance wasn't enough, and for the kids, like for us in school, it was really difficult to understand all the concepts. Okay, you know, we weren't business people at all. Something like regular kids, maybe smarter than average kids, but it's still something. You know, you are forced to accept some information, some knowledge, and it was annoying, but and actually, to be honest, I didn't understand marketing. Like I went through the learning process. Like I've done my work, I've got the grades, and that was kind of okay. It was forgotten, and later, sometime later, I've got involved in business activities, and I just saw the necessity to be you know part of marketing community. I mean, you just have to understand marketing if you are in business, or at least basic understanding is needed if you are chasing some management positions. So finance is basically something like that, and like it's just area of life, area of business where different I wouldn't say laws, but I'd say rules apply. Rules, and that's why we have that you know specialization where you know people are spending entire lives in the in marketing departments or in finance departments, or I don't know, in the research and development, in product development, you know, even branding departments there are, I think. I'm not sure, but probably some companies act like that. You know, there are departments where you know cross functional departments. You know, like the brand has its own the company has many brands, and every brand is acting like a separate company. They're managing their own finance, marketing, you know, day-to-day operations and everything like that. But sorry, probably I'm going too deep into other stuff, because basically I'm a marketing guy. I'm not finance specialist. I can read the balance sheet, I guess, and you know, I can understand projections, and I probably can write all that stuff, but I'm not definitely the finance expert. Like from the perspective of personal finance, the most important thing is to understand that if you want to be rich, you have what does it mean, rich? Like if you want to accumulate more and more wealth, and if you want to control that growth, you have to understand few concepts. Like for example, the concept of compound interests. That's really important when you know. Let's say you put some money into the bank, and into saving account, for example, and you receive some kind of interest every year, and if you don't touch the money, you leave the money there all the time, you know, in 2 years time you get interest on your interests. I mean, you you receive interests on the year 2, in the year 2, on the interests received after the year 1. Does it make sense? I hope it does. So basically, you did, okay, for example, you put €1 into bank account, and after 1 year there will be, let's say, I don't know, let's say you have 10%, which is really generous of the banks, probably. So after 1 year you will have €1.10. On the year 2 you will have €1.21. You know, it's increasing, but at some point it is starting to grow exponentially. You know, the curve of growth is going like that. It's skyrocketing, but you have to be patient. And in the beginning, these are small numbers, but the most important thing is to understand the percentages. If you want to be wealthy, you have to understand percentages. You know, you can hire someone to do your bookkeeping and all the advanced stuff, but you have to understand how percentages work. I think that's the most important part in finance. I don't know, discounts, savings, those are not so important, but if from the perspective, if you would look at the savings percentage wise, and like one step is measure the percentages, and the next step is to look where to use that difference. Like if you are wasting the money, it doesn't matter anyways, yes. So there's no point to put in information about fucking percentages and anything like that. But if you are disciplined enough to keep the right flow of money, you know, cash flow, to turn cash flow into investments, into savings, into donations, and there's one probably the best advice by I don't know who was that, probably Jim Rohn, but not only him. It's probably going back from the guy who called what's his name, Napoleon Hill, or Dale Carnegie. Probably that kind of approach is coming from those guys, and so it says that you have to have the discipline of putting on living on 70% of your income. Basically, you have to put 10% into savings, never touch that, and you know you use compound interest and things like that. Another 10% you put into, like you use it as active capital. You know, you invest it and you risk that money. It's okay to lose it, but you know you have to gain multiples, like multiply the money. Basically, that's the approach of active capital and capital investments. And you know, the first part, putting money into saving account, is conservative. You know, it's for rainy day, basically. When you are fucked, you are using that. But at this point, if you are forced to take your savings out, I think that's my approach. I think you should look at this as you giving the loan to yourself, and you have to give that money back. Like seriously, for example, if you are saving money 20 years, and you know, like something serious happens, and you have to take the money out, probably maybe for the health reasons or something, and you use I don't know, 100 grand, and you have 100 grand in your saving account, and you use it all, and what do you do? So you have to be smart. You have to be you know, like you cannot only spend money. You have to force your money to work for you. And like if you are at this position where you are taking your last savings to pay for something, so you're basically fucked for a while, but you didn't know about that, and you are just facing the consequences of your past decisions, where the latter sources are basically taken from you just because you were stupid earlier. So you have to be intelligent about the money. Intellectual you know, capacity is very important in the finance world. And what else? Oh yeah. Okay. I think you get the idea about the savings. You have to put the money back if you use it. That's my idea, and I think you should agree. Everyone should agree with that. But what's the point of saving if you're going to like saving for, you know, for 50 years, and you destroy that in one go? That's not smart. So that's one part. But it's like the worst case scenario. This kind of worst case scenario is much better than having no savings at all, right? So again, you know, there's a difference in the approach. You know, if you had discipline for so many years to put money aside, so you are much better than average person, anyways. But still, don't get into traps, and traps are everywhere basically, and we create traps for ourselves on a regular basis. That's why life is so interesting and unpredictable. Active capital. What can I say about active capital? You invest the money, I know, buy stocks, bonds. I'm not sure what bonds are. Like I know kinda, but I don't. And these days, people and me, I actually tried cryptos. It's a very unstable market. It's fucking annoying. Stocks, I think, are much better. You know. What else? Okay, donations. It's really important about donations. You know, do you like selfish people? Are you selfish? I think we all are at some level. Yeah, like we have some levels of selfishness, anyways, and it's normal. It has to be this way, because otherwise we would be stupid, dumb fucks. But the thing about donations, about giving some money out, sharing the money with others, it's psychological, and some people are talking about the law of attraction and everything like that. The universe is working, the God is working to help you if you are helping others and things like that. But I think it's more about your own psychology when you are open your fucking chakras and everything. Yeah, probably. When you are able to give away, you are actually much happier, and you receive more. You then don't get stiff about the financial problems, about situations of life. You don't get that kind of tension, or like a stingy person, for example. They are fucked in the head, I think, just because, like, sometimes I used to be, I found myself a couple of times being stingy, and that's kind of okay in some ways, but when you are going over the limit, you are closing all the gates, or you are closing all the communication with the people, and that's the problem, I think. When you are able to donate some money to poor people, to the kids, to build schools and dig wells, but I think it's much better to go and do it yourself, probably. But giving money is also a good way. Or education. Donate money on education. That's something that's really important, in my opinion. But it's just changing your mindset. You are a different person when you're able to give. Well, if you are giving, you will be able to receive more. You will be able. You'll be talking to the people differently, because you are open. You don't prioritize money, your cash, your financial resources, your status higher than the person next door. You will be open to the communication, and this way you will create more opportunities, and together probably you could you create much more wealth, like accumulate much more wealth, just because you're open enough to you don't care as much about money, but you care about the real people and communication with those people. That's really important, and in the business world, I think that's something what creates most of the income, probably. The actual communication, the understanding of other human being is so important, and people who are working at lower levels, for in the low skill jobs, they are punished by by some supervisors. They are basically pushed down, and they are not aware about the financial world, about how vast the finance world is, how much money there is, and the different misunderstandings are generated this way, and and people try to be similar as those who earn more, but they are doing that in the most stupid way, by buying stuff. Like they are treating all their money in the, let's say, in the way, like all the income is like disposable income for them, and those the other guys who are aware about financial dynamics, how if the people who are aware how to manage their money, they are able to live from the 70% of their income, 60, 50, and like in the beginning, maybe in the beginning it might be 90, but you have to develop that kind of discipline of putting money aside or investing money, giving money away, and try different things. And with the time you basically change yourself, you change your personality, and you'll be actually in control of the resources around, because you are able to play the strings. The finance world will become your music, basically. You will know what kind of action you have to take to get the result you want. For example, if you want to get in touch with the, I don't know, charity company, you give them the money, and they will probably give some kind of advice, or I don't know, maybe some contacts. They will support you as well. It's more than the money. Communication is much more important, and finance financial statements are actually just the kind of like a report of your life quality, of your work quality, and that's it, I guess. The main thing is not to treat your income as disposable income. Like try to waste as little money as possible, and put the other cash or even credit. I'm not a big fan of credits, but it's actually useful. It's creating good wealth for the people. I'm not there yet, and I think that's my mistake. I was avoiding credits for so long. I would achieve much more if I would be willing to look at the credit world. And that another thing, if you would be taking credits, there are like two advices. Check your credit ratings. I've never done that. Like I'm trying to remind myself, check my credit rating, but it's not the time. I'm too busy for that. But I think I should, and you should as well. And the other thing, if you would think about becoming a millionaire or a billionaire or something, like seriously wealthy, you have to have quite a lot of credit lines, mortgage, and maybe car on finance, and business loan, something like that. And I think Tai Lopez was talking about that. He was suggesting, I'd say, I'm not sure, I don't want to lie to you, but if you want to be seriously rich, you should have like 20 lines of credit. So, and it all starts with a good credit rating. If you fucked your credit rating, you have to work your way up to get the credit card. Yeah, credit cards are. I don't have any credit cards for years now. I used to have, but I thought it was unnecessary. Just why would they use credit card when I can use my debit card? That was my approach, but probably I made a mistake. That's never too late. What else? I think it's enough for Friday evening. That's more than enough. Half an hour, more than half an hour of information, and information mixed with the opinions probably, and that's my kind of approach. See you next week, guys. Monday. See you on Monday. Have a good weekend, everyone.